Hi, I'm Michelle, and this is Kidtyme at Crafted, Port of Los Angeles. Welcome. I thought I would show you a little bit today some of my process in making an iSpy bag, which is an educational toy for children ages 2 to 9 years old, give or take a little bit. You'll know your child best, so you'll know what they're ready for. So here I have 2 out of my 3 iSpy bags that I make. As you can see, this one here has miscellaneous items inside, and I do attach a tag here so you can see everything that's inside, and on the back are the words to everything that's inside. I also do one that has the letters of the alphabet from A to Z. You can see they're all different colors, different sizes, and the words are not on the back of this one for obvious reasons. And the third kind I do is one item for every letter in the alphabet. Now here I have one that's not quite finished yet because I wanted to show you a little bit of the process. So what I do first is I take the material and I sew it together, and then I go ahead and invert it like so. And then you poke out the corners. And then when I'm at home making these, I go ahead and I fill it with polypropylene little pellets, which are non-toxic. So here I have, this is the third kind that I make, and this is one item for every letter in the alphabet. So I have something that starts with A, something that starts with B, and so on all the way to Z. So it's been a lot of fun trying to find all these things. It's a little adventure in itself. But some of them I use are brads. So because they are sharp and pointy on the back, I need to cut off these pieces here. So each piece needs to be smooth and flat so there's no sharp edges. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take care of all these. There's probably 5 brads in here. That one I just cut was an owl for O. This one's a pineapple for P. Another thing I like about this is it's an example of different vocabulary. Like you may have a child that says this is an instrument. Now this is an instrument for I, but it's also a xylophone for X. This is a piece of fruit for F, but it's also a pineapple for P. So a lot of these can be used for different letters of the alphabet. Here's a good example of vocabulary. Most children would call this a pumpkin, but I have it under J for jack-o'-lantern, so that could be a new word for them. Anyway, so I get all of these ready, and then I put them inside here, inside the bag. Here we've got a tie for T. And I had to get kind of creative with some of these. This is a yellow ribbon for Y. Y was one of the hard ones. I go ahead and put all these pieces in. Q is the tiniest, if you want to see that one. That's a question mark for Q. That's the smallest. And you can see they range in size. So these will all go in here like so. I'm not gonna do it with all of them. And then I have a piece of rickrack, which I take and I burn the edges because that keeps it from fraying. We don't want them to fray. And then I put that inside and I pin that on with the tag that I showed you in this one. See, there's a tag on every one. So I put the tag on here, I pin it, and I go ahead and sew it across twice. And I've double stitched everything, and so far I have not had any problems of anything opening up. And that would be, once I sew this together with the tag, that would be the finished product. And I've got my label on the back. So I wanted to kind of give you some ideas on how you could use this with your children. Rather than saying, can you find an elephant, you could give them clues like, can you find something that has a trunk? Or can you find something you would find in the zoo? That way you're allowing your child to use their critical thinking skills in thinking of the ways that they could find that and thinking of the answer rather than you giving them the answer. When you purchase one of these, I give it with a list of different ways you can use it and different questions you can ask, like the one I just gave you. I'm going to give you another example of some questions that I have here. You may say, can you find something that rhymes with space? And the answer that they need to find is space. Now sometimes there's different answers. You could say to your child, can you find something that's a part of your body? And there might be a heart in there, there might be a hand, there might be an eye. So all of those would be correct. Then as they get older, you can talk about consonants and vowels, and there's so many different ways you can use this bag. And I definitely encourage you to think up of more ideas and have fun with it. Let the child think of some ideas as well. Have fun. Learn through playing.